Okay, let's have a look at question 8. Excuse my voice and the sniffing. Spring has arrived, so it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Okay, so a farmer bought a tractor for 980,000. The value of the tractor depreciates annually at a rate of 9.2% per annum on the reducing balance method. Calculate the book value of the tractor after 7 years. Okay, so they've told you that it's a depreciation calculation that we're doing. So depreciation is pretty much the same as our compound interest, okay, except we're not dividing our interest by the number of months or anything like that. Okay, so they've given us P is given as 980,000. Okay, N is given as 7 years. Okay, and then the interest rate they've given us is at 9.2%. Okay, so now we just plug everything into our formula. So A is going to equal to 98000. 1 minus my interest. Yes, I have to divide that by 100, so that's 0.092. Again, that's all to the power of 7. And if you plug that into your calculator, you're going to get a total of 498,685.82 Rand for the depreciation. Okay, now if we look at 8.2, it says how many years will it take for an amount of 75,000 to accumulate to 116,253 Rand and 50 cents in an account earning interest at 6.8% per annum compounded quarterly. Okay, so A is what we're looking for. Okay, we have P, that's 75,000. Okay, interest is given at 6.8%. Okay, and remember it's compounded per quarter, so when we put it into our formula, we're going to divide it by 4. Okay, and then N is what we are looking for. Okay, let's have a look. We have A as well. That's 116.25. Sorry, not point. 116.253.50. Okay, now we just have to plug it into our formula. So it's going to be A equals to P 1 plus I. Okay, to the power of N. But remember, it's compound, so we have to divide our interest by 4. Okay, so I'm just going to first manipulate the formula and then plug everything in. And then get N. Okay, so what we're first going to do is we're going to divide both sides by P. So we'll have A over P equals to 1 plus I to the N. Okay, now we need to get N on its own. Okay, what also do we note about the about N? N needs to be multiplied by 4 because it's quarterly. Okay, so I'm going to fill in 4N over here so long just to make my calculations a little bit easier. Okay, so now if I take the log of this side, okay, I must take the log of the other side. Okay, now we know from log rules this comes down to the front. Okay, so I'll be left with log of A over P equals to 4N log of 1 plus I. Okay, and then what we can do is we can take the 4N, we can take this log, that side, and then divide it by 4. Okay, so what we're going to end up with is N equals to log of A over P all over log of 1 plus I. Okay, and then that is all going to be divided by 4. Now, if you just plug your values in, okay, we're going to get that N equals to log of, let's see, A, we said was the 116,253.50, P was 75,000, yeah, and then that's all going to be over log, okay, and if we plug in everything there, it's 1 plus 0.068 divided by 4, because it's compound quarterly, and then we divide this whole thing by 4. And if you plug it into your calculator, you'll get an N value of 6.5 years. Okay, and that's how we do that. So sometimes it is better to first manipulate and then to plug in your values. Okay, now 8.3 says that Tabo wants to save 450,000 as a deposit to buy a house on the 30th of June 2018. Then 8.3.1 says he deposits a fixed amount of money at the end of every month into an account earning interest of 8.35% per annum compounded monthly. Okay, his first deposit is made on the 31st of July 2013 and his 60th deposit is made on the 30th of June 2018. Calculate the amount he deposits monthly. Okay, so we are looking for the monthly installments. So we are going to be using the future value formula. Why? Because we're looking at a savings account. Okay, so the future value is what's given. Okay, that's 450,000. That's what we want. Okay, P is what we are looking for. Okay, the interest rate has been given to us at 8.35%. Okay, and it's compounded monthly, so we're going to have to divide that by 12. And then they've given us the period as well for 60 months. Okay, awesome. So we don't have to multiply this by 12 because it's already been converted to months for us. Now that we have our future value formula over here, we need to find P. So we can manipulate the formula to get P on its own. So we're going to multiply this, that side, and then divide this entire bracket here on the left hand side. So we're going to have P equals to future value multiplied by interest divided by 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. Okay, so if we substitute everything in there, we're going to have 450,000, okay, multiplied by our interest, which is compounded. So it's going to be 0.0835 divided by 12, okay, and this whole thing is then being divided by the following over here. Okay, so 1 plus my interest, once again, 0.0835, okay, divided by 12, and then we got to minus 1 off of that, and that whole thing is then this bracket over here is to the power of 60. Okay, so now if we plug that whole thing into our calculator, we're going to get a monthly installments for P, okay, of 6,068.69 cents. Okay, and that's how we go about doing that one. So it's just using your formula over there. Now, 8.3.2 says Tabo bought a house costing 1.5 million and uses his savings as a deposit. He obtains a home loan for the balance of the purchase price at an interest rate of 12% per annum compounded monthly over 25 years. Okay, so he's taking what's called a bond. He made his first monthly installment of 11,058 Rand and 85 cents towards his loan on the 31st of July 2018. What will the balance of the outstanding on the loan be on the 30th of June 2039, 21 years after the loan was granted? Okay, so they've given us the interest rate there. They've also given us how much is put down as a deposit, so we've got to take that off. Okay, and then what we've got to do is we've got to use the present value formula, okay, which is given as P equals to x 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n, okay, all over my interest rate. Okay, so it's very similar to my future value, except the difference is now that I have the minus, or 1 minus my interest, and then n is to the power of, or it's negative n. Okay, so they've given us that our monthly installments are 11,000. Okay, so that's going to be x. So P equals to, let's see, 11,000 and 58. Sorry, I can't do numbers today. Okay, then we have 1 minus 1 plus my interest rate, which is 12%, divided by 12 because it's compounded monthly, and then there's 4 years left. Okay, so it says there that we took the loan for 25 years. Okay, now we want to know what is the amount after 21 years. Okay, so how much have we paid after 21 years? So how many years are left? There's 4 years left on the loan, and that's why we're putting it to the power of negative 4 times 12, because we want to know how much is going to be left in those 4 years that we still need to pay. Okay, and then what do we need to do is we need to divide this by interest, which is 0.12 divided by 12. Okay, now if you go and you plug all of this into your calculator, okay, you'll get a value of 419,948.32 Rand. Okay, so now the next one says calculate the interest Tabo will have to pay over the first 21 years of the loan. Okay, so we're looking at the interest over the first 21 years. So the first thing we've got to do is, okay, so 8.3.2b. Okay, so first thing we have to do is we're looking at the total amount that he's paid, how much he put down as a deposit, and then we're going to look at the amount over 21 years that he's paid as interest. So the formula here will be interest equals to total paid from installments, so total installments, okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to minus off the value of the loan paid. So value of loan paid. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Total installments, which we've done over 21 years. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the installment amount, which is 11,058.85. We're going to multiply it by 12 years, and then multiply it by 12 to get it into months, and then multiply it by 21 to give us the number of years that we've paid. Okay, so this is going to be how much the installments have been. Now we're going to minus off the amount that is left. Okay, so what do I mean by that? It's going to be minus the total of the loan, so 1050000, minus that amount that we've paid in the 21 years. Okay, so this top amount here, 419,948.32. Okay, because that's how much we paid after 21 years. This tells me my installments after 21 years. Okay, and this is my total. So by minusing this off of my total, I'll have how much is left, and if I take the total installments I've been paying minus what's left, it will give me my interest. Okay, so if you plug that into your calculator, you are then going to get a total of 215,678.52 rand. Okay, and that is the amount of interest that will be paid in 21 years. So you can see you're paying quite a lot of interest on this loan. Okay, and that's how we go about doing question 8. If you guys did find this financial maths video helpful, then please leave a thumbs up on the video. It does help me a lot. If you are enjoying the content and you're not subscribed, then please click the subscribe button down below and put the notifications on so you guys are notified every time I upload a video. And remember, it's never too late to have an OIC moment.